Good day everyone, I am Mark Saril Alcagatin, your infection control practitioner. For today's lecture, I will be discussing the chain of infection. The spread of infection within the hospital requires three essential elements: the source of infectious agent, a susceptible host, and a mode of transmission, which can be linked into a chain. We usually think that these infectious agents are the main cause of an infectious disease. But did you know that these pathogens are just factors of a communicable disease? The cycle is called chain of infection. So what is chain of infection? Chain of infection is a model that will guide us to understand the infection process. Each link of the chain should be present for the infection to happen. Each link represents the steps of transmission. It involves the infectious agent, reservoir, portal of exit, mode of transmission, portal of entry, and susceptible host. Let's discuss all those things one by one. First is we have your pathogen. Pathogens are organisms that cause diseases. For us to easily understand what is a pathogen, they are also called germs. We have different kinds of pathogens, but the most common is we have your virus, bacteria, fungi, and your parasites. Reservoir is the habitat in which a pathogen normally lives, grows, and multiplies. A reservoir can be in a form of human, animal, object, or environment. Portal of exit is where a pathogen gets out from its reservoir. In human body, a pathogen can escape through our nose, mouth, or a break in our skin. Next is we have the mode of transmission. It refers to the way the disease agent goes to another reservoir. It could be through direct transmission or indirect transmission. Direct transmission is a type of mode of transmission in which infectious agent is transferred from a reservoir to a susceptible host by direct contact or droplet spread. Direct transmission can happen in the form of handshaking, hugging, and kissing. Indirect transmission, on the other hand, occurs when there is no direct human-to-human transfer. It happens when an infected person transfers the infectious organisms through an intermediate object to a susceptible host. Indirect transmission can happen in the form of object, air, or vector. The next link is we have the portal of entry. This is where the pathogen gets inside the new reservoir. In human body, portal of entry can be in the form of nose, mouth, or break in the skin. As you can see, the portal of exit and the portal of entry are just the same. From where the pathogen gets out into our body, it is also the site from where it gets in. Finally is we have the susceptible host. It is the living thing from where the disease agent may transfer to. Susceptible hosts could be anyone, but the most susceptible individual are those person that are very young, very old, or those individuals that have underlying diseases. That completes our chain of infection. Let's understand it further by having an example. Let's read the story of Rads and Ebb. Rads and Ebb are good friends. They love to do things together, especially playing. One day, Rads is not feeling well. He has influenza. Even though his parents wanted him to take a rest, Rads still called Ebb to come over to his house and play. While playing, Rads kept on sneezing and coughing. He even forgot to cover his mouth and nose with a tissue or handkerchief. The two didn't mind it and they still continued to play. The next day, Ebb is always coughing and sneezing. He don't feel well too. How did this happen? Let's find out. Let us use the story of Rads and Ebb to understand the flow of the chain of infection. The first link is pathogen, and we all know that pathogen refers to germs. RADS has influenza, and we all know that influenza is caused by a virus. So the pathogen is the virus and not influenza, because influenza is the actual disease. Next is reservoir. The virus lives in the body of RADS, which makes RADS the host, or the reservoir. RADS kept on sneezing and coughing, right? When you sneeze, droplets may go out through your nose. When you cough, droplets may go out through your mouth. That is why it's very important to observe respiratory hygiene. For mode of transmission, it could be direct or indirect transmission, but let's assume or let's use the fact that they play together and they have direct contact with each other. While RADS kept on coughing and sneezing, the droplets may land on the toys that they are playing, or if they are close together, droplets may transfer directly through F. So the virus may enter F's body through his nose or mouth. So now, since the virus gets inside into F's body, he is now our new susceptible host. Did you get it? Observe that this is a cycle. The process can still be repeated to others. It might be their mother, father, or those who have came in contact with them. After all, we cannot see the pathogens. There are many ways that these communicable diseases can be transferred, but there are also a lot of ways that this can be prevented. So how do we break the chain? That will be the next topic that we're going to discuss next week. So expect that we will be discussing breaking the chain of infection and preventing infection. That's it for today. I hope that everyone has learned something, and I hope that you all stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you on the next topic. Thank you.